What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
My date asked for his money back at the end of our date. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
When I first started TikTok, there were two things I said I would never talk about on here. My dating life in detail and my personal finances in detail. I'm breaking my first rule tonight because I just had an experience that left me so aghast that I just need to talk about it.
Let's hear it.
Before we get into it, I acknowledge that I probably made some judgment mistakes, but whatever, let's just get into the story time.
Okay.
So I'm walking down the street in Soho and this guy says, "Excuse me, miss." And I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Are you Ethiopian?" I'm like, "What?" Like, I've gotten a lot of countries, but Ethiopian is a new one. I'm like, "No, I'm American. What's up?" He's like, "Oh, I think you're really cute. Like, do you think we could get a drink?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, do you think I could get your number? Like, I would love to get to know you more." I'm like, I mean, I don't really know you. Like, maybe you can get my Instagram and we could talk a bit, but like, I don't really meet people off the street. And he was like, "I get that, but listen, I'll text you once. If you don't like me, I'll delete you and we'll move on." And I'm a very like yes or no person. And so I kind of respected that. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm about to do something. I'll text you after and I'll see if you're free. So I go to the sample sale, I finish up, and I text him this ice cream place that was really close to it. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to be here after. If you want to meet me here, that's where I'll be." And on the way there, I call one of my close friends. And I'm like, "Should I do this? Like, is this stupid?" And she's like, "What's the difference between a guy you met off the street and a guy you met at a bar?" And I was like, "You got me there." So anyway, we get to the ice cream spot and we start talking. He's a journalist who does tourism journalism. And we're talking about like the places we traveled, what we do for work. Like, conversation's getting kind of interesting. So I'm like, okay, like, cool, we're getting somewhere. Then we get to the register and he's like, "Do you want anything, sir?" But anyway, I just order my stuff and then we go outside. And he like barely holds the door open for me and it almost slams on me. And at that point, I'm like, I'm good. Then he keeps asking if I want to walk and eat this ice cream. And I've been walking around all day. I'm like, no, my feet really hurt. I don't want to walk. And he's acting like he's really inconvenienced by the idea of like sitting down. He's like, "Why don't you want to walk?" I'm like, "My feet really hurt. Like, do you not understand that concept?" So after that, I'm like,
A little bit of attitude over there. I don't know. I'm out of coffee. I don't know how much of this I can take.
yeah, there's like nothing else for us to talk about. I kind of like shut down and I'm just going to finish my ice cream and like listen to him talk, I guess, whatever. Because I've told you I'm in pain and you've told me you don't care.
Okay.
So then he asked me if I like documentaries, and I actually really love documentaries. He's like, "I directed one." I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool. What's it called?" He's like, "Well, you'd have to watch it to get it." And I was like, "Okay, what's it called so I can watch it?" And he's like, "Do you want to watch it together?" And I'm like, "Now?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No." Like, and that's how I say it. So at that point, I'm like disgusted. I'm like about to get up, and so is he, because he can tell I'm disgusted. And we haven't even got to the worst part. Do you know what this dude says?
What?
"Can I have my money back for the ice cream?"
Ha!
I took a deep breath, got a 20 out of my wallet,
Ah.
threw it in his face, and walked away.
Threw it at his face.
Never.
Okay, so you guys heard the story for yourself. And yeah. All right, guys, so there you have it. She got approached by a guy on the street, and she's like, "I don't meet people on the street." Okay. Crazy. New generation stuff, right? And then he's persistent. But there's a difference between persistence and trying to sell yourself. Where did this guy mess up? Some of you may think he messed up when he asked for his money back. I disagree. And that's not me saying he should ask for his money back or he shouldn't, because I definitely wouldn't, right? What I'm trying to say is this is another case of trying to sell yourself to a woman, right? That's the difference between being persistent and trying to sell yourself to a woman who, and this is important, doesn't have high interest in you. It is extremely evident from the very beginning that this woman was on that date with the attitude and the energy that she was doing this guy a favor by going on a date with him, which is why I say you want to make sure that you only entertain women, go on dates with women who have high interest in you. And while this chick, from the looks of it, seems like she's got like a little bit of like a dry humor and like lots of attitude. Don't get it twisted. When this chick runs into a man who she finds attractive, all that shit goes out the window. Even if that man approached her on the street, all the rules go out for the man who she has high interest in. And how do you measure that? Well, how cooperative is she? Yeah, girls will play hard to get, but if she has this energy on the date where she's like doing you a favor, you kind of already know that she's not going to want to go on a walk. You know, she wants you to sell yourself more. And this is different from a woman who's like, you know what? I do find you attractive. Let's go on this date. And you raise her attraction because she likes what she sees, hears. Nah, she's there trying to validate why she doesn't have high interest in you. You know, he should have sensed that, and you as a man should sense the stuff, these women out here, and cut that date off. Now, as far as the date and everything, that's hilarious. Him asking for the money back. I, again, personally wouldn't do that, but the man did what he had to do. What do guys want to hear? Usually guys in this situation want to hear, bro, talk down on her and how this, that, nah. And listen, I know there's a bunch of you out here who think that, oh, she shouldn't have gone out on the date with him if she wasn't that interested, blah, 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 blah. If you guys haven't yet realized that women are goofy and they go out on all types of dates to use and abuse you, that is your fault. You have to know, you have to interpret, read between the lines. How does she view me? High or low interest? Simple. She will go on that date and waste your time if you allow it. Let's check out a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment says, oh my gosh, I think I met the same guy in Brooklyn. Another comment here says, people call me such a feminist because I'm always on black women's side, but this honey is not his fault. You clearly didn't want to be there and wasted his time. With the shoulder shrugging, like I said, she showed sure signs that, hey, she didn't really want to go on that date. Another comment here from another man says, this meeting could have been an email. Next comment says, my unsolicited advice, always go with your first instinct. You automatically say no to something. Never change it to a yes just because. Women will never follow this advice. Women will never follow this advice. Why should they say no if they're going to get validation from a guy who they would never give an opportunity, cheeks, sexual time, a relationship, when they're going to get free validation, free compliments, free meal? Why should they say no? Women will sometimes go on dates for different reasons. Sometimes they could just be bored, and she will show you that she's there because she's bored on the date on her phone, and you can guarantee that it's not always because she's interested in you. It's your job to figure out why she's on that date. Another comment here reads, they're getting so bold. I'm so sorry. That must have been so uncomfortable and awkward. Another comment here from another chick says, wow, asking for $6 back. How is he not embarrassed? So cringe. Your first instinct to say no was spot on. Another comment here says, why would you give the money back? I would have said, I'm so disgusted I can throw it back up for you and walk away. Damn. Another comment here from another chick says, you're better than me. We would have argued until my Uber came and would have ran to it. Another comment here says, I don't get how men aren't embarrassed when they ask questions like that. LOL. Absolutely no. Scruples. I can't. Another comment says, not the money back for the ice cream. Wow. Next comment here says, why wouldn't he just leave you alone? Why wouldn't she just not go on the date? Next comment here says, why did he bother you in the first place? Yep. Listen, as always, guys, curious to know, what do you guys think of this whole situation? Comment down below. The good thing is my man got that dub. Shout out to my man, City Boys. Let's go. Till next time. I'm out. Peace.